Hello there, SJW Africa here. And back in the 80s and 90s, even in the um, early 2000s, the Awake magazine was a bestseller. Up until the time I left, it still was very on high demand. Well, the demand of the Awake began to diminish with the advent of the internet. Um, One thing that stood out for me those days when the society here, I don't know how magazines were. I don't know if magazines were put out on sale back in the 90s, whether it was a voluntary donation like they hear about. Magazines were being sold here in Nigeria, and the Awake magazine were always in high demand. You would have people order for them. Was the special name they call it way back? The subscription. The subscribe every for it every fortnight or every month, as the case may be. When you hand them the watchtower, the companion, or which one was the companion? No, it was actually the awake. The awake was the companion of the watchtower, but you will see that not many uh, um, persons out there will want to have you give them the watchtower because, come on, uh, the watchtower contains ridiculous stuff. But the Awake magazine was selling out. And we, as Jehovah's Witnesses then, or the organization, we would take credit for the Awake being a material from Jehovah. And we would have a little talk about it, how the governing body or extremely um, interested in every facet of our lives and how they are always trying to get out information that are very beneficial, not taking the time out, unlike other religion. So, and I would say as a Jehovah's Witness, I can I don't know of any books that I read uh, up to 10 pages. I said, now maybe you got a new release and you see me paging up and one, two, three. No, I hadn't been before I page up four. I'm already tired, you know. But um the awake was captivating in that it contained scientific stuff. It contained things that we grew up in the village, and things that we don't get to see is brought to us. There was no internet at the time. So when you see some of this fascinating um, exploration, uh, anything. The awake would feature chemistry, physics, mathematics, fashion, name it. So it was very appealing. I remember I learned how to tie, not the tie. Uh, One of these awake magazines that came out. It was really very useful, very expository, something that that is not gonna bore you stiff when you have it. So those people out there, they know the importance of the awake. But the thing is, I I didn't know why it didn't really occur to me. The Awake magazine was in the material of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. The Awake was just a copycat, bringing worldly information, worldly entertainment in their literature. Just maybe a few times they talk, they would discuss some crap, uh, some Watchtower crap, but most times what you will have in the Awake material that are from Satan, just like they say it is. This will Satan material from material of the word. That's what was put in their way. Now you have them quote scientists, philosophers, and all these people. They are not Jehovah's Witnesses, and the awake will want to buttress their stand, try to lean back on the intellectual ability of these people to buttress their stand. Like, oh, so and so professor, University of Cambridge, Oxford, this is what it said. The awake is so good at that. Satan's material, Satan's word. They tap in from there, put it in the Awake magazine. So the Awake magazine was, they did not own it. So Jehovah's Witness, if hasn't occurred to you, just know that the Awake, that thing, the words that the society demonized so much, it is these stuff that are contained in the Awake. So you see brothers and sisters brag about it, like, oh, kudos to the organization. The organization doesn't sleep, always abreast with current affairs and all that. And why not? The Watchtower is a publishing company. That's what they do. So I don't know the form the Watchtower is going to take in the future, but it's still a publishing company, and just masquerading as a religion. You really don't see what they are up to. So that the Awake was a typical example of the Watchtower being a publishing company, and they made tons of money from the sales of the Awake. All right, because people were in demand of it. Those in the rural areas, those people hungry for information, new stuff, containing the Awake. There was no internet. You can't get, so the Watchtower had the resources to research and do all of this. Excuse my case if you can, if you're interfering in this video. So the Watchtower had the resources to put all these things together and push it out there, and everybody, but witnesses alike and all that, we would I'm first to grab a copy of the Awake, because the Watchtower, even though I believe in the organization, was some boring literature that I should. I get my Awake and sit back with my popcorn. I think I'm gonna have a good time. But when I pick up that Watchtower, it's like I'm being tortured. You really don't know about it, but oh no, come, just leave me alone. I never read many publications. Maybe that's why I did not know so much of what I discovered when I left the organization. No, I just thought I just let you guys know about this today. And, you can comment down below what you think about it. And Jehovah's Witnesses, if it hadn't occurred to you that the Awake magazine of those days, I, I really don't want to talk about the Awake in the present tense, because it is as though the awake is almost non-existent. I don't really see the value of the awake or the demand now that the material and the packaging diminished and all of that. I don't think if people still fancy the awake like that, because information, knowledge is just a click away, and the word is brought into your living room. So I think the awake is not as hot as it used to be back in the 80s, 70s, and early 2000. And um, it goes to show that the popularity of the awake was actually the popularity of Satan's word, the popularity of secular knowledge. That's what actually was making sense. People would want the awake because there is sense in it. It can really impact, have positive impact on your life and your perspective and how you see certain things. It's actually beneficial, secular knowledge. But there was nothing in the watchtower that really was beneficial when you look at it now. Uh, nothing in it. So just to underline again the fact that um, ridiculous stuff aren't attractive. Common sense will let you know. But is that which people will identify with is so easy. Naturally you gravitate towards that direction, because all right, it makes sense. This is what I want. I think I'm gonna benefit from it. This is it. This is something. But it's not like that in the Watchtower publication, and society bragged about it, and brothers and friends, when we're out there in service, we are so proud to hold out the awake. Sometimes I would not even give the watchtower to certain kind of people. When I look at them, I'll give them the awake, because when I give them the watchtower, I know it's going to be a no. So I'm comfortable giving out the awake, and they will love it. The caption and everything. It's something that I know would appeal to them. So secular knowledge, Satan's material in the publication that media would take way back in the days. Thank you very much for stopping by to see this video, and I just want to talk a little bit about plans on the way to get activism to another level in Nigeria, and a few of my friends are gearing up to do something, and we're just hoping for the COVID to go away. SJW Africa here. Please do like and subscribe to this channel if this is your first time, and if you are a Jehovah's Witness, I do want you to subscribe to it. Even if you keep being in the organization, you might just learn something. I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye for now.